Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Just know that every time you make a cup of tea, do the dishes, put the washing machine on, or flush the toilet, have a shower, you're creating a profit for the water companies. Scottish Water is making a little bit of money off you every time. And thankfully, they're using that money wisely. They're improving the entire main system. The sewerage system is perfect. They are not, for example, letting millions of gallons of water leak out every day. They're not releasing tons of human effluent into the streams, the rivers, the lochs and the sea every day. And of course, the bosses who are they're in charge of regulating it now, they're not spending this money on extravagant trips or on sending people to Harvard, spending tens of thousands on sending people to Harvard to get a better education. They're not living life in the fast lane, enjoying very, very expensive meals with hugely expensive bottles of wine regularly and, hundreds of pounds a head on these meals. They're not doing that. Oh, wait. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Why? Let's have a look and see what these guys are up to with your money in a nationalised industry. Here goes. So, jaw-dropping water watchdog spending is an insult to Scots amid sewerage scandal and bill hikes. The prices are going up. They're releasing tons of human shit into your rivers, your streams, your lochs, the sea. They're not repairing the water system. They're letting the leaks continue. And they are sitting there living the bloody high life. While sewage was dumped 14,000 times last year that they know about. There's going to be more that they don't know about, but 14,000 times that they do know about. And water rates were hiked yet again. The people in charge of regulating Scottish Water were enjoying lavish dinners, gift cards and trips to Harvard. Because it's important that these guys go to Harvard Business School. It's got nothing to do with the fact they're likely to be fired and they'll need a good education to try and get another job that pays as well as it does for them doing their little part-time jobs. The body tasked with regulating Scottish Water has been criticised for lavish spending, including a £77,000 Harvard course for a senior manager, one person, and meals worth more than £200 a head. Now, I'll put my hand up, I've had a £200 a head meal, but it was in the Savoy, and it was a wedding anniversary, and we did have some very nice wine included, but it was a one-off, and I had to pay it myself. These lot, they're doing it regular as clockwork, and it's more than two of them, and it ain't nobody's wedding anniversary. Anyway, the Water Industry Commission for Scotland has borne the brunt of a jaw-dropping report from Audit Scotland on Wednesday, with the watchdog finding the body failed to seek Scottish Government approval for two purchases during 22-23. No, think about this. They did all this spending, and yet they're finding because there was two purchases that they didn't have approval for. Does that mean that all the other stuff was approved? Who's signing off on this? Millions of pounds. Who's signing off? One of these was the provision of £100 gift vouchers for staff members as a Christmas present, which exceeded the £75 limit for gifts. And the other was the funding of a training course at the Harvard Business School at the famed university in Boston to the tune of £77,350, including flights for its chief operating officer, Michelle Ashford. And you can guarantee your bottom dollar that she did not put her ass in cattle class on that flight. You know that was business or better. It was only when Audit Scotland reported the issues that approval was sought. So they only went to approval afterwards. Hey? Honestly, Sun Tzu, isn't it? The art of war. It is easier to beg forgiveness than to ask permission. This is ridiculous. Anyway, the approval was sought and it was received. They got the approval by the SNP government. But after they wanked this money away. Your money. Taxpayers' money. In his report, Auditor General Stephen Boyle said, "I am concerned that this amount of public money was spent without due process being followed or a clear assessment being undertaken to demonstrate that the expenditure represented value for money. A £77,000 business course at Harvard is not value for money. All expenditure should be incurred in, and I bet she didn't pay tax on it. That's a benefit in kind. And I bet you, when they come and do the year end and they do the NICs, I bet you there was no class 4 NIC on that. Not class 4. Class 4A. Class 4C. God, it's been a while since I've done this. But anyway, I guarantee it wasn't through the tax office. That wasn't declared. Anyway, all expenditure should be incurred in accordance with the requirements of the Commission's finance policies and guidelines, and the rules and guidance set out in Scottish Public Finance Manual. Guarantee it wasn't. If there's any dubiety as to whether the planned expenditure is permissible, approval should be sought. I think they need to change the rules from should be sought to must be sought. And that way, to not seek it becomes a crime and it's a fireable offence. And this is from the sponsor division prior to the expenditure being incurred. Absolutely, but in advance. Absolutely in advance. Elsewhere, and not only is it sought, but the name of the person approving it must be made public. All approvals must be published, and the person approving them must have their name there as well, so we know who to go back to. Anyway, elsewhere, he criticised the watchdog's expenses process, which showed widespread issues, including claims not supported by itemised receipts. No receipt, no claim. Bang, done. You know, you try that in business. The taxman clamps on you quicker than you can say sausage, mate. Bam, you get done for that. And do you know what the fine is? It's 100% of the tax due. So you have to pay the tax and you get a 100% fine on top. Or £100, whichever is bigger. But whichever's bigger is your fine. Anyway, it was exceeding the approved subsistence rates. In other words, paying more than you're entitled to for your meals and board. And on occasion, the reimbursement of a purchase of alcohol. No alcohol should be reimbursed. On one occasion, a meal amounted to as much as £200 a head, including the purchase of alcohol. Banning this alcohol should never ever be repaid, ever, by whoever. If you want to drink it, fine, you drink it, but you pay for yourself. And there should be a daily limit on food, £20 a head. If you want £20 a head will feed you for three meals in a day, even if it's 3 Mackie D's. Anyway, in a statement, Mr. Boyle said value for money should always be central to public bodies' spending decisions. Well, not when there's no accountability. If you're sitting there as someone senior and you're going off and you're spending your night in your very nice hotel, you're having your very expensive meal, as you pretend to be doing some hard work, which you're not because you're only part-time anyway, who's accountable? And you're getting away with this shit. I guarantee someone further down the food chain on this place, you know, some little clerk who was sent off to do something, if he put a claim in like that, it would be rejected. I once had a meal rejected. It was £7 over, something like that. And it was rejected. And I said, why? He said, well, it was over the limit. I said, well, and it was a 12% service charge that was already on the bill. I had to repay the service charge. I mean, what? It's ridiculous, isn't it? But them's the rules. Anyway, at the beginning of the year, Wickes chief executive Alan Southerland caused controversy when the body's accounts showed he'd been repaid more than £14,000 for leave he did not take in 2021-22, despite being one of the highest paid public sector workers on a salary of £183,000 in fact. So basically, he's got a part-time job. He's entitled to so many days holiday. He didn't take them, and he gets £14,000 buyback for those days he didn't take. And he's on a salary of £183,000. It's a joke, isn't it? And this is public money. This is your money. £14,000 is half a wage, isn't it? It's half a new nurse's wage. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Scottish Tory Net Zero spokesman Douglas Lumsden said the actions in the report were indefensible, and they are. He said the staggering amount of public money poured down the drain, quite literally, by the Water Industry Commission for Scotland, a body set up to ensure value for customers, is indefensible. The sense of entitlement demonstrated by these lavish dinners, gift cards, trips to Harvard is an insult to taxpayers who've been clobbered ever harder by the SNP government. And the cavalier attitude to this quango to public money would make Michael Matheson blush. Oh, love that one. And it is right, and it is an absolute, it's a disgrace. These people paid fantastic salaries, can't even buy their own fucking dinner. They should get nothing. There should be a limit, and if they break that limit, it should be an automatic fire. It's not even a claim. You don't even go up and go, oh, I made a mistake about it. No, you go over. You know the rules. You go over. Bang. You lose your job, and there's no entitlement, and your pension's clawed back. Keep these bastards honest. Fire them. He's got to go. He's now got to go, and she's got to go. Ashford's got to go as well. Right? Fire both of them. Well, not Boyle. Boyle's the guy, the lower picture. But Ashford's got to go, and that other fella's got to go, the one on 183,000. Pair of them. Get rid of them. And then tell the next ones, you can have this job, but here's the rules. And make the rules tight and say, you break those rules and you're fired. Your arse is gone. It's the only way you deal with these people. Send them the bill, fire them, and then tell them they're never working in government again. You've got to send the message. Jesus, I need to stand for Parliament, don't I? I absolutely need to stand. Put me in charge and the world will be a much better place. Be a lot less corruption, that's for sure. Anyway, I shall round off there, come up, and we'll finish the video. Time and time again, under this SNP government, every quango is filled with grubby little money-grasping bastards. Every single one of them. Steal, steal, steal. Take, take, take. Get as much as you can. Make your stash and get out of town because you know that the ride is ending soon and that they'll all be gone. So they're making as much as they can while the SNP are there. The SNP are turning a blind eye because they're busy doing exactly the same. Salting it away, getting it abroad, hiding it, thieving. It is an organised crime outfit. Jobs for the boys and they're all at it. And they think we're stupid and we don't see it. Well, we see it. And these bastards need to repay that money. Anyway, it's enough to get angry about and I won't. Stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. And please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. And let's just keep fighting the good fight, shall we? Bye.